Okay, it's alive. No more backfiring, hard starts, hit the compression and die sort of thing, fire and not do anything. Show you what was the problem. Ignition coil. It was providing an inconsistent spark. So I swapped it out and it pretty much fired up right away. Valves are all good. It desperately needs an oil change. A lot of oil came out when I had the valve cover off checking the valves. It was really acting like it was a blown flywheel key, but it would run sometimes. So I guess sometimes it would get enough spark and sometimes it wouldn't. Also, the gap on the original coil was way too tight. The guy who cuts the lady's grass where this machine came from, who actually used this machine, did some work on this, and I think he adjusted the coil in a little bit too tight. He's in his late 70s, early 80s, so possibly he didn't know, or he was thinking about the old way of doing things and wasn't thinking about point gap. But there we go. The only other thing I got to get figured out is the ignition switch. So hopefully I can get rid of that red kill switch there. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Yes, there'll be a hole in the dash, but won't be too big of a deal. I'm wondering if that's what was causing the problem all along with everything, the bad coil, and was preventing it from starting. Because even before we put that kill switch on there, sometimes it would fire, sometimes it wouldn't, and it was acting like a bad safety switch. She didn't want to put too much time or money into it at the time, so I just put a kill switch on it. So I'm going to swap it back over to the stock harness, and we'll see if it will run or not. But let's see if it will fire back up. There we go. Actually, I just shut it off with the key, because that's actually all wired back in. I wonder. Let's fire it back up again, let it run for a second. No, the key didn't shut it off, so I still got to figure that out. I can't quite remember what I all did on that system. I think I was wired it back in. I think it needs an ignition switch. Worst case scenario, I'll leave the toggle switch. It's not a big deal, but if I can make it start and stop by the key, it would be way better. So there we go. Murray Pro, probably fixed. A lot easier and definitely not what I was expecting, considering the symptoms. But this one will definitely live to die another day. It needs a full oil change, tune-up, all that stuff done to it. Carburetor seems to be running the machine fairly well, so I don't think I got to go through the carburetor. And like I said, this machine was running at the very beginning of the season, then it started acting up, and really for the rest of the season, it would not run at all. I'll obviously keep it around here for a few weeks to test it and make sure everything is working correctly on it before I do send it down the road. If I send it down the road this year, I might go stick it in a barn till next year and have it ready to go for next year's season. Since it's already the first week, or almost second week now in August, so it's getting kind of to the end of good lawnmower selling season. So there we go. I'll talk to them later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.